Today's all about rising above the static and noise in your life. Is it me, or is the world virtually doing everything possible to put us into a state of fear, worry, concern, terror? We are literally being bombarded across the board with things that want to put us into this detrimental state, this state that has such a negative impact upon our health, our well-being, our ability to connect into our inner guidance to enhance our spiritual connection. And now more than ever, it is so important for all of us to remove ourselves from what's putting into this state and begin to start tapping into that place of sovereign power within, that connection, that soul's essence, that heart space. How do we do that? How do we do that when we are literally being bombarded by so many different areas in our lives? I remember years ago, Dr. Ronald Jones was a scientist that discovered the healing frequencies in my music. He took me out to lunch one day, and that lunch changed my life forever. And I remember he was sharing with me, he was saying that, do you still believe in the news? I'm like, oh, well, what do you mean? Yeah, man, I'm watching Brian Williams, whatever, ABC News Tonight or something like that, And he said, no, he goes, let me tell you something. He goes, humanity is extremely creative. And the images of our mind that we hold deep within us, and when we combine it with emotional frequency and energy, we broadcast it out into the field. And that we're being manipulated to create a life in a world that's disharmonious, that doesn't work. Now, at the time, I thought he was absolutely crazy. I thought, okay, maybe Doc did too many drugs back in the 60s or something like that. But now I'm starting to realize the truth in that. And I remember a book I read. It was called The Science of Getting Rich by Wallace Wattles. And one of the quotes within there, I'm going to paraphrase it, is that life is images of the mind expressed. What kind of images are you holding in your mind? Are you tuning into the nightly news where we know it's all about fear, worry, and discourse and mayhem? Are you allowing yourselves to absorb these images and sprinkle it with your own fear and your own worry? As a result, we put ourselves into a lower frequency range that literally compromises our health, puts us into a perpetual state of stress, disconnects us from connecting into our spirit, our higher awareness. And now more than ever, it's important to move up the dial, so to speak. And what I mean by that is, remember those old AM, FM radio dials? You had 88.5 on this end and 108.5 on this end. Well, 88.5 is broadcasting fear, mayhem, and disharmony 24/7. We are literally perpetually being bombarded. You need to move up the dial and start tuning into some different stations so that you can actually be in the world and not negatively impacted by it, where you can actually radiate and shine your light because you're not in that detrimental state of being, and lift others around you to a whole new level and revitalize every cell, every fiber of your being so that you can continue to move forward in your life experience and expression. So some simple things we can do is remove ourselves from absorbing in these negative images that cause an emotional response within us so that we quit broadcasting disharmony into the field around us and begin to start tuning into new things that are going to uplift us and that are more positive, whether it's beautiful music, whether it's reading affirmations, an uplifting book, tuning into uplifting videos, whatever it might be. It is so important for you to guard the gate of your mind. I love that saying, and I'm not sure where I heard it from, but it's like the mind creates the mold in which substance, energy fills to create our experience. So we want to start creating a mold that's harmonious. We want to start creating a mold that's vibrant, that's full of possibilities, and not stuck in perpetual fear and worry and discourse. And that's all within the realm of our possibility. You are the creator and the composer of your life. And now is the time to unplug and start tuning in to new possibilities. So we unplug ourselves from all that negative media. We start tuning in to things that are going to uplift us, music, books, affirmations, whatever it might be, to continue to shift that energy. We get out in nature and cleanse our field. We breathe in the air. And if the ground's not too cold yet, put your feet on the ground. Even if it is, just do it for a couple seconds, and cleanse your field and shift your state. And what you're going to realize is there's a way for you to be in the world, but not negatively impacted. And as a result, you can continue to shine your light, to keep yourself in a state that is going to be optimal for your evolution, your unfolding, and your health and well-being, and ultimately unlock the door to higher levels of fulfillment, joy, which of course is our true natural state. So, of course, I wanted to share a little piece of music to help us kind of get into that state, an opportunity to tune into that space within where all change, all transformation, and all hope comes from. Now more than ever, it is so essential for all of us to shine and radiate love and possibility. So, take some nice deep breaths. Breathing deeply. Take a deep inhale. Just breathing out any fear, any worry that you might be holding on to. Just let it go. We hold on to so much. But if there's anything that we've been given power over, is our own energy. So just affirm yourself. I am a beautiful expression of life. Deep breath. We don't have to get caught up in the static and noise that we're being bombarded with. We can actually move ourselves up that radio station, that dial, and get out of all that negative minutia that's being broadcasted at 88.5 and start realizing there are really cool programs at 95.5, 103.7, 106.8. It's all up to you and where it is that you bring your attention to, the images of the mind that you hold on to, the emotions and the feelings that you embed within your own field. And ultimately, we begin to realize We have the ability to be in the world, but not negatively impacted by it. And as a result, broadcast light, love, possibility, hope that in turn lifts all of those around us, including every cell and every fiber of our being, to new heights. So hold that space as we move into the holiday time. We know those things can get turbulent from time to time, and it is more important than ever to keep yourself in that optimal state of being. And as a result, you're going to transform your experience and help uplift the world. So I appreciate you taking the time to tune in. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, please do so today. And then also you can get a track of high vibration music to help you to maintain that harmonious state at markromeromusic.com/gift, markromeromusic.com/gift. I invite you to download it, play it, breathe in the notes, and see what opens up for you. So thank you so much for taking the time to tune in. Do have a very harmonious week ahead. Take care.